So a new poll shows sleepy, creepy Joe Biden ahead of President Trump by 15 percentage points, huh? Well, if polls were that reliable, then Hillary Clinton would be your president right now, and I think we all know how that one turned out. It's time for final thoughts. Yes, my fellow Americans, it's true. The latest Quinnipiac University poll shows Sleepy Joe leading the president with 52% of voters compared to Trump's 37%, which is pretty impressive yet suspicious considering the fact Joe Biden can't string a sentence together and has the energy and enthusiasm of a deflated pool toy. Oh, but nonetheless, the Democrats are really getting excited about it, and I hate to burst their bubbles, or in this case, safe spaces, but that tale sounds rather familiar. Yeah, up until election night, Reuters gave old Hillary a 90% chance of beating Trump, and about this time in the summer of 2016, Quinnipiac, the same pollsters that proclaimed Biden will win, projected a Hillary landslide with a massive advantage. So you'll have to excuse me for not panicking just yet. I don't trust to rely on the polls for many reasons. Like I said, 2016 is the perfect case study, not just in poll failure, but why the polls failed. There's this thing called the whisper voter, and they turned out in 2016 and they will damn sure turn out in 2020. Now, they are the folks, the silent majority, if you will, that likely won't tell a pollster or anyone else they're conservative, Trump supporters, or Trump voters because of the media and leftist created demonization that comes along with it. But when they go behind that voting curtain, they do what's right for them, for their families, for the economy, national security, and the country as a whole, and they vote for Donald J. Trump. Now, there are many more reasons I'd caution the Democrats from getting too cocky. Just as they did leading up to 2016, the Democrats have this horrible little habit of ignoring middle America, ignoring the silent majority, and icing out anyone who doesn't agree with their BS hook, line, and sinker. Liberals tend to only talk to other liberals, so it's no damn wonder they think this country is made up of a bunch of liberals. Hint, hint, y'all, they're Americans with opinions, values, ideologies that differ from yours, so pay attention. But the primary reason the blue team shouldn't get too cocky, their candidate is a freaking disaster. You know it. They know it, I know it, and if he was coherent, he'd know it too. Now, Joe Biden seems like a nice guy, and at one point he may have even been a leader the Democrats could be proud of, but come on, guys. If you thought he was so great, so inspiring, so threatening, you'd put him out there. But no, last month was his first press conference in 3 months. That doesn't sound like a contender the Democrats want in the ring. That sounds like a guy they want to hide in the basement till November 3rd. The Democrats are banking on distraction, misinformation, and downright fraud to beat Trump. They distract by keeping Joe out of sight and reporting solely on coronavirus and racism. They misinform by blaming coronavirus and racism on President Trump, and they push vote by mail to open the gates to mass voter fraud opportunities. They can't win otherwise, and they know that. Now, that doesn't mean Republicans, Trump supporters, or the Trump campaign should rest on our laurels. We have a fight ahead of us, and we can't forget that. But pardon me if I'm not buying what these polls are selling. Those are my final thoughts from Nashville. God bless, and take care.